One of the major things anime fans and non-anime fans have in common is they both love making fun of anime fans. And whoever wrote the scripts for MatPat's anime theories is probably an anime fan. So I hope everyone will enjoy. Well, now that the obligatory, time-consuming, cringy joke is done, roll intro. Yo, what's happening, fanbase, and welcome to another episode of Honest Descriptions. That is correct. I had way too much fun on my last one being an honest description of all the most popular My Hero Academia theories, and I just wanted to do more honesty on more theories. So, hope you enjoy an honest description of every single anime theory on the Film Theory channel run by our Lord and Savior MatPat. I have made one of these before, Honor Buddy, covering every single game theory of 2017. And well, the main purpose for that video was that most of his theories don't need to be said in 15 minutes, but can be said in 30 seconds. Either that or if they're very debunkable. So I did one of those too as I went through the year 2017. Link to that video will be in the description and at the end of the video. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on the guy. That's really not the purpose of my channel at all. I don't hate on anything! Nothing! Even the anime that I don't like, I just honestly describe, and it's not technically hate. I'm just having fun at his expense. It's not the nicest, most chivalrous thing in the universe, granted, but neither is stretching a 30-second theory to 15 minutes making believe it's all full content, and then calling out YouTubers who extend their videos to 10 minutes. Point is, I'm doing this for fun, especially because overall, I actually really do enjoy his content. Hope you guys enjoy and have a great time watching, and if you do enjoy and have a great time watching, I would appreciate if you let me know, because the next episode of this little series will be an honest description of every MatPat Pokemon theory. Actually looking forward to that one even more, but since anime is the main focus of the channel, I guess I might as well do the anime one first. Feel free to subscribble if you enjoy. Now let the honesty commence. For the first anime theory he's ever done, it's the Kamehameha, as he calls it. The Kamehameha from Dragon Ball Z. Now, as I go through these theories, I'm gonna want you guys to notice that there's an interesting trend. It's the word theory. It's how that word really doesn't define almost any of these. For example, this. The question is, how does the Kamehameha work? Well, the theory is, as you can see, there's a laser beam protruding from the hands of the user, and therefore, it can't be energy, because as we know, energy is invisible. You know what's not invisible? That's right, mass. So automatically, by the fact that we can see the laser beam, it's mass, not energy. Because energy in every other show in fiction ever is invisible, right? Like in Bleach, where Ichigo's Getsuga Tensho is made out of, literally, spirit energy. And last I checked, neither spirits nor energy are very visible. Energy over there is clearly a misnomer. That's obviously mass as well, because anything visible is mass. This is one of those laws that no anime would ever disobey, like Energy Ball in Pokemon. Clearly not actual energy. But now what type of mass, you wonder? Well, as we know, it's not solid, it's not liquid, and it's not gas. And since there's 4 types of mass, it must be plasma. A fascinating type of mass that 3/4 of this theory is spent explaining. You know what else is plasma? Lightning bolts. Know what happens before the Kamehameha user Kamehamehas? That's right. Absolutely no lightning. But when they turn Super Saiyan, you see lightning around them, like, every other evolution style in anime of their time, or like, I don't know, Fullmetal Alchemist, every time they use a transmutation circle. And that's the only anime of all time where fire actually burns, unlike, you know, Naruto, Fairy Tail. Because FMA is the only anime to follow science, well, except for Dragon Ball, obviously. But no, all those times, it's different. No work of fiction is nearly as scientifically accurate as Dragon Ball. Over there, it's just metaphors for energy, whereas here, as we know, Dragon Ball realizes that energy is invisible. And the electricity surrounding them at Super Saiyan transformations, obviously not plain electricity, but it's talking about lightning. Duh. And since lightning is plasma, and Kamehameha has to be plasma because it can't be anything else, bam, that explains exactly how they do it. Because plasma stuff. That's right. Don't try it at home, kids. It actually works. Next theory. Speaking of Fullmetal Alchemist, as we have, the next theory is on Fullmetal Alchemist! Or as I personally like to call it with my perfected Japanese accent, Fullmetal Alchemist. God, I love saying that! Legit worth making this whole video for that. Anyway, moving on to the theory. In the Fullmetal Alchemist anime, Ed says like at least 45 times the complete makeup of a human body. Well, MatPat knows better. Because according to his incredible calculations, Ed was wrong. He mixed up a little bit as far as the ingredients. Put in a little too much sugar and spice, not enough everything nice. That's because he was making a whammon. Well, Ed wasn't the only one in the anime who miscalculated the formula of a human body. The narrator screwed up too. That's right. The intro to like every episode is the guy saying, "Human transmutation was strictly forbidden, for what can equal the value of a human soul?" Remember that? I mean, you heard it like once an episode. Yeah, that guy was wrong too, because according to Mr. MatPat, who has a tremendous theory with no evidence, but it's a great theory, if Ed would have actually had the right formula for a human body, then maybe the transmutation would have worked. Maybe his mom only came out looking like Bob from Monsters vs. Aliens because he put in a bit too much olive oil. Maybe it has nothing to do with the lack of a human soul. I mean, after all, it's not like the narrator tried with the right ingredients. Yeah, kids, this one maybe don't try at home either because, well, hell of a pain to clean up. Next theory, having some sex with the birds and the eagles. It's Attack on Titan, fam. And for this one, we get deep into the lore. The lore is they live in really big walls. Let's calculate the exact area of space they have in the walls. Well, they have this amount of people. So if they plant crops for the entirety of the open space within the walls, it would be able to support their civilization for about 100 years. So no, the series should be do not attack Titan. If they attack Titan, they send people to their deaths. If they don't attack Titan, they would be able to live happily for 100 years until all of a sudden we need Thanos to snap his fingers, if you know what I mean. That's the whole theory here. Funnily enough, the Japanese title Shingeki no Kyojin, literally translated to English, becomes Attack of the Titans, not Attack on Titan. Gives a very different perspective and also a little bit destroys the theory here, doesn't it? Well, I'm glad we have MatPat, though, happily pointing out to the inhabitants of Attack on Titan land exactly how they should keep their lives going. Just don't send out any soldiers, grow more crops, and enjoy the next 100 years, because that will be all that's left for humanity. You know, assuming the Colossal Titan or Armor Titan decide not to break the walls down. Why would they do that? What a foolish thing to think about. Of course they wouldn't. It's not like anything like that's ever been done before, and they have a grudge against humanity and apparently have said straight out that they want to destroy the rest of it. No, none of that. So obviously there's no need to worry about, you know, a threat that could potentially wipe out the entire human race within the next, I don't know, week. So since, of course, that's none of our concern, you have 100 years of peace without anything to worry about at all. And apparently then humanity just, like, dies. I don't know. I don't really understand the whole plan here. This is like taking procrastination to the next level. It's a slow death over the next century that no human can avoid. MatPat, sick theory. All the facts you laid out are true. The plan of action is abysmal. It's almost like you didn't even believe the theory yourself. You just had to upload something during the Attack on Titan hype. Am I taking the word honest in the title of the video a little too liberally here? Well, the next theory is on Death Note, and oh, is this one a banger? As we know, in Death Note, you can write a name of a person and that person dies. Light does so, in fact, thousands of times to rid the world of evil and villains and stuff. Now, this is all fascinating, and we basically see in the second half of the series that crime rate has dropped by 70%. Not only that, we can also estimate how many names he's written in the Death Note. Now, according to MatPat's brilliant calculations, stopping 70% of crimes in the world saves way more lives than the people Light actually killed. Holy balls! It's almost as if he's watched Death Note before making the theory. Total insanity, I know, right? Yes, truly impressive. But his math skills were not wasted with Death Note alone. That's right, the next theory is Fullmetal Alchemist. And while the Death Note math requires speculation. This new Fullmetal Alchemist theory, it requires a calculator, because the question asked is, what is the worth of a soul? And of course, he quotes the intro to every single episode of Fullmetal Alchemist that says, for what can equal the value of a human soul? And honestly, it has nothing to do with his theory at all, because that's talking about equivalent exchange. What's equal to a soul, not how much power does a soul have. Whereas MatPat's talking about how much power a soul has. Meaning, totally inconsequential piece of narrative he's throwing into his theory. But hey, that's like half his theory, in fact. Because all the math he really needed in the whole theory was, well, Hohenheim says that it was 600-something thousand people he absorbed for his personal Philosopher's Stone. And as we know, his is equally powerful to Father's. MatPat then theorizes, with absolutely no evidence, that Father's is equally powerful to all of the homunculi combined. Therefore, if you divide 600,000 by 7, you know exactly how much power is in each of the homunculus' stone. How much energy did Mustang output to finally kill Lust? Well, that's how powerful Lust's stone is. And once you know how powerful hers is, you do 600,000 divided by 7 divided by how powerful her stone is. That's how powerful every human soul is. This is literally the easiest power scaling equation I've ever seen in my life. Smartest show in gaming, my ass. Death Battle does better. Every Swagkage versus battle, he should call an anime theory now. Aside from the fact that there's no way to truly figure out exactly how much power Mustang outputted, but hey, this is a theory. A math theory. Otherwise known as an equation, but math theory sounds way cooler. But since just saying all that does not add up to 15 minutes, we have to then give examples to how strong it is. It's as strong as a nitrohermitral bomb exploding in this vicinity, making a crater of this size. It's equivalent to the power of the velocity of 17 rubber duckies colliding at a torrential speed, etc., etc. You know, like 15 examples like that. With the rubber ducky one being my personal one, but honestly better than most of his, because at least it's, you know, it sounds pretty terrifying. I kind of feel bad about this one. That was a little too brutal. Only consolation is I know MatPat won't actually watch this video. But if he does, I mean, come on, dude. This isn't a theory. We're just smoking, man. It's just a bad sign when someone says, oh, 15-minute videos are best for the algorithm, and then this video is exactly 15 minutes, and there is a lot of stuffing there that really didn't need to be there that kind of looks like it was added afterwards to reach that mark. Oh, I'm making fun of him. Maybe I'm the crazy theorist. Only one difference here, though, is what I just said. Yeah, that's a theory, and the theory actually has evidence. Not a math equation based on speculation. Yeah, time to move on. Next theory. I love that he calls them theories. Sword Art Online, the most expensive game ever made. Oh, you're wondering about evidence? Well, first of all, it's technology we don't freaking have. Well, that's probably very expensive. Especially assuming they developed it and Sword Art Online was the first full dive game. So, well, you know, probably very pricey. Not only that, Aincrad has 100 floors. They give the measurements for each floor. This game is freaking massive. Bigger than any other game by like dozens of times. So since it's so big and such new technology that we don't really have, that they developed for this game, can't imagine it's less expensive than any of the games we have. In fact, it's probably more expensive. In fact, it's probably a lot more expensive. Yes, the theory is Sword Art Online is the most expensive game ever. Because, well, we know SAO started in 2022. Right now, it's 2018. Can you see them having that technology in 4 years without spending a lot of money? Well, there is a simple explanation for this theory that kind of makes it not the most expensive game ever made. And that reasoning is hidden within the genre of the series. It's called a sci-fi. Dude, the light novel was published in 2009, and he had it written for like 5 years before that. In this sci-fi story, it's totally impossible to predict what kind of technological advancements we'd have so that, well, you know, people could do things at a more cost-effective rate. Yeah, that's pretty unheard of. That's why we just have to wait for the year 2200 until we know if Star Trek is actually a big plot hole. And we won't have that kind of technology by then. Well, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. If I'd have to venture a guess, I'd say that 30 years ago, if someone told them about cell phones, they'd probably say it's the most expensive device of all time. No, I'm not saying all this to debunk the epicness of the theory. I'm just pointing out the utter futility of the entire thing. And we are now left with only 2 more anime theories from MatPat's channel. That's right, they're both on My Hero Academia, and they both came out relatively recently. In fact, they both came out during the span of the 3rd season when people realized, hey, Hero Academia videos sometimes get views. Probably has nothing to do with that, but just the point that MatPat had amazing things to say about the series, so that's why he made these theories. Now, I did recently make a video, an honest description of every popular My Hero Academia theory on YouTube, and I did cover MatPat's in that video. In fact, that video was basically the inspiration for me to make this video on his anime theories, because it was just so much fun. So, link to that video is in the description. It will be at the end as well, but the title of this video is Every Film Theory on Anime. So, this is not clickbait. They will be covered. They'll be covered ultra quickly though, you know, because as we know, praise MatPat, any idea could become a 15-minute video. Just gotta twist its nips right. Anyways, first theories on All Might. That All Might lied to Taku, and he secretly has a quirk, an inflation quirk, to make his muscles big when he flexes his muscles. I mean, he does say in the anime that he doesn't have a quirk. He also says he only gets big like that by flexing his muscles. But hey, either he lied to Taku, or he himself didn't realize it was secretly a quirk. Changes a lot in the narrative, I know, but you know what? Worth making some sacrifices for an epic theory like this that changes your whole perspective on everything. His next theory is on Bakugo. As we know, Bakugo's sweat is nitroglycerin and explodes. That's how his quirk works. So, the theory is, how much nitroglycerin would you need to make an explosion of this size? Well, you would need a swimming pool worth. That means that Bakugo must sweat a swimming pool worth of sweat for that explosion. So, Bakugo, and here's the theory, hold on to your panties, this may blow your mind. Bakugo is a sweaty dude. Yeah, that's literally the theory. Because as we know, Hero Academia can't ever take creative liberties, and maybe this nitroglycerin sweat is somehow more potent than our current nitroglycerin that we have. I mean, it is a superpower. Why didn't MatPat make a theory on, well, how did he ignite the nitroglycerin? It doesn't explode itself. Something has to explode it. Bakugo's secret power must be that he has 2 quirks. 1 quirk to sweat nitroglycerin, 1 quirk to make a spark on the tip of his finger. Okay, I'm going a little far here, but you get my drift. You understand what I'm saying? Please like and subscribe. Like if you like, subscribe if you want more, because I'm gonna start working on an honest description of every single one of MatPat's Pokemon theories. Those are even better. But seriously, in case this really wacky tone of voice that I unfortunately started using in real life occasionally, yes, it's weird, I know, but in case you didn't get it, this honest description thing is a little wee bit sarcastic. As far as the big 10 million sub plus channels, MatPat really puts work into his videos, a lot more than some of those other guys. I will link his channel in the description, and I hope that you can watch his original anime theories and tell me in the comments what I actually missed, because, oh, I will be surprised if I missed anything. Yeah, the research was pretty severe for this video. Link in the description to my Twitter. Feel free to follow me there, as well as a link to my merch. It would really help the channel if you'd pick one up, and it would really help the channel if you became a patron. Link to my Patreon is also in the description, and any patron that pledges is invited to the private Patreon Discord server. Special thanks to my patrons: Sage of Snake, Lazy Ronin, JD Fincher, Elaser, Sash, Axel, Rari, MDQ,
Praise the Lord, the Gilgamesh,
Zindergarten, Sergeant Malarkey, JTK, 75, Miku, and TM Philly. The Swag Coggers, Grumpy Welshman, Large Blab, Tyler Schumacher, Zombie Misha, Gavin Anderson, and Carlos Altamirano. And of course, huge thanks to the God Who's Top Rank, Dark Element, Yokai, Zachary Wheatley, and Maurice Luis Dreyfus, who I probably pronounced wrong. I love you anyway, and I love and appreciate anyone who's actually made it this far in the video. Really means a lot. Hope you enjoyed these descriptions, these honest descriptions. Thanks for watching, and stay weird, fam.